What is up, YouTube? I'm Joshua Duffarina. I'm going to talk to you guys right now about something, okay? Mr. Krabs should be the only SpongeBob character to be married instead of SpongeBob SquarePants, okay? And, you know, freaking what? Mr. Krabs' wedding should have been in SpongeBob episode special Truth or Square, but failed. I just wanted SpongeBob to stay single like me. But all episodes of SpongeBob are fine. All episodes are fine. But Truth or Square episode of SpongeBob had nothing to do with Mr. Krabs' flashback by being a doctor for Krabby Patties. And that episode had nothing to do with Squidward dreaming how the world was before SpongeBob. And it had nothing to do with Squidward planting his secret garden before SpongeBob's house crashed into his garden. And it had nothing to do with Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob, Squidward, and Patrick going to their surveillance room. It had nothing to do with those four being in the vent to find a way out of there and whatnot. And it had nothing to do with Squidward calling Sandy Cheeks on the walkie-talkie. And Sandy blamed Squidward for stealing her walkie-talkie. And she blamed Squidward, and she thinks Patrick did not do it, but Squidward did and whatnot. So, I suggest you people I combined right now do not watch SpongeBob episode Truth or Square. It was supposed to be featured in Mr. Krabs' wedding, but now it's never going to happen unless SpongeBob episode Truth or Square becomes a remake and whatnot, because I did not want SpongeBob to get married at all, ever. Why don't you just contact the company instead? Why don't you contact different companies instead of Nickelodeon, okay? Because we want SpongeBob episode Truth or Square to be a remake, okay? Just take SpongeBob's wedding out of that remake episode and put Mr. Krabs' wedding instead, okay? And Squidward's flashback had nothing to do with working with the fish that has the first name Not and the last name SpongeBob. It had nothing to do with Squidward working with that fish and whatnot. It had nothing to do with that at all. And it had nothing to do with SpongeBob decorating the Krusty Krab. And it had nothing to do with Squidward cheering up Mr. Krabs because the customers are coming back because of SpongeBob singing, "I love you, Krusty Krab." It had nothing to do with SpongeBob singing that. And it had nothing to do with Squidward cheering up Mr. Krabs and whatnot. So, I have one rule. Mr. Krabs would be the only SpongeBob character to be married instead, okay? Because I wanted Mr. Krabs' wedding to be in SpongeBob episode Truth or Square, but now it's never going to happen. Unless you get that episode to be a remake. Because I wanted Sandy Cheeks to appear in SpongeBob episode A Day Without Tears to be a season 4 episode, but now it's never going to happen. Okay? Unless they get SpongeBob episode A Day Without Tears to be a remake, you know, be similar to SpongeBob episode Karate Island. But no, not make the episode the same, okay? But make Sandy's cheeks similar from that episode, okay? But I really want to tell you people right now that I make the rules on YouTube. And I urge you people not to see SpongeBob episode Truth or Square because I warn you, because SpongeBob had a wedding. You know what? Heck SpongeBob for having a wedding, because I want SpongeBob to stay single, okay? SpongeBob, you could still hang out with Sandy Cheeks as a buddy and with Squidward and everyone as a friend, okay? But I want you staying single like me, okay? And don't ask me why, okay? You're not, and SpongeBob would not say, "Why do you not want me to be married, Joshua?" You're not going to say that to me, SpongeBob. I told you. I'm not going to tell you again. I'll tell you one more time. I want you to stay single like me, okay? How many times times do I have to tell you that? So I say Mr. Krabs will have to be the only one to get married to Mrs. Puff or marry his money. But I'm fine with Mr. Krabs marrying his money in SpongeBob episode Married to Money. I'm fine with Mr. Krabs marrying to his talking money. And I'm fine with Mr. Krabs dating Mrs. Puff and whatnot. Okay? In SpongeBob's first flashback in SpongeBob episode Truth or Square, it had nothing to do with unborn SpongeBob visiting the Krusty Krab for the first time with his mom and dad. It had nothing to do with that, okay? Okay? Just let me know what you guys think in the comments, okay? Alright, bye.